Okay. Hello. We're just laughing because we've had all kinds of technical stuff, but I think we're good now. My name is Jenny Scott. Welcome to the Fly Forward vlog, episode in the 20s somewhere. This is my dear friend Debbie Brevard. She went through Waking Up Gray in my home here all of last year.
Yeah.
And so thank you for coming on today.
I loved it. It was a great time, and I'm glad to be here.
Oh, so glad you could be here. So we're going to talk a little bit about what the process is and what your experience has been with it. And we're telling stories these days because there's so much that happens during this process.
Stories
of kind of waking up, uncovering, recovering, discovering, all of the covering, I guess. And so tell us briefly, Debbie, about yourself, what your life looks like right now.
Well, I am, let's see, I am moving towards retirement, semi-retired, I guess. So I'm looking, a lot of what I'm doing is looking forward to what I'd like my life to look like a little bit in the future. I am single, have never married, and so I don't have children. And so I have a lot of time and space in my life to fill, and it's been quite a challenge because earlier in my life it was very difficult when all of my friends were getting married and having children, and I didn't do that. And so as a result, I experienced a lot of depression, and really kind of took over my life and stole a lot of time from me that I could have been really living more abundantly. And so I sort of came to a critical mass crisis at some point, and in my 50s, and decided it was time to begin to look at some things. It's kind of like, if you don't like what's going on in your life, well, what are you going to do to change it? And
so it was kind of like a reevaluating, kind
very
of
very much so. And so I began to do a lot of I went through a lot of processes that I realize now were awakening processes. And so this wonderful class was one of them that really helped me in my process to put a lot of my pieces together, both creatively and spiritually.
So was there, it sounds like it was a piece of what was already happening. Was there a...
Yes.
So when you heard about Waking Up Gray, and you had already done a lot of... This is really funny because my last guest is also a 4 on the Enneagram. It's not that I'm partial to 4s.
Yes, but I am
Or
a
maybe
4.
it is. I don't know. But Debbie is a 4 on the Enneagram as well.
Yes.
And so as 4s, we can be pretty reflective on our inner space.
Sometimes too much.
and it's also a gift,
Yes, it is.
There's a lot of self-awareness. We can kind of get stuck in that, but it's also a gift. And it sounds like that was at work for your process leading up to Waking Up Gray.
Yes. I think I really had to hit bottom first. I think if you've ever hit bottom or feel like you're getting ready to hit bottom, Waking Up Gray is a wonderful opportunity to explore what's going on and move through it and past it, and give you some tools to just kind of organize things in your mind about what all needs to be a part of your process. So yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Because it's this almost like sorting out, sloughing off some of the things that we've been given that can be harmful, and then deciding what we're going to keep, and then deciding what new gifts are there.
Yeah, a lot of it is kind of like, well, so I've been doing this for 30 years. How's it working for me? Not so much. So I think I'll try something different, and probably a lot of people have done that, but I did it in a huge way. It's best to take it in small bites, though, not to try to do everything at once, but I think small bites is the best way to do it, and just kind of go, okay, I'm going to take this, I'm sloughing off this part, and I'm going to add this part, and
so can you tell us a little bit about what those maybe if you can, you said little bites.
Mm-hmm.
Can you give us like maybe a bite or two of something that you
Sure.
took in that felt important?
Yeah, I began becoming a part of small groups. One of the things I had to slough off, sadly, was church because it was really getting in my way. I found different ways to approach my spirituality, whether it was a small group in a church, a contemplative prayer group, a group of Franciscans, a Sunday school class, other things like that. That just because I was so involved in church, I think it was clouding my vision, my reality, and making things just not so clear to me. But so I added small groups like those two groups, a book group, things that I had a real passion for. Became a part of yoga classes. Take probably about 4 a week now. I am part of a group. I didn't really become interested in politics until about a year ago, but I have become part of a group that's very interested in how
The climate today is
our government works and what's going on with our government, and and that's really important for me to learn how to have a voice in that and to use my voice. So a lot of things where I was really shy growing up and really never used my voice at all, and so this is part of the process that's really helped me to find my voice.
Wow,
And
that's amazing.
Annie.
This is Annie.
Hi, Annie.
She definitely wants to be a part of things today. Wow, that's a lot. So what I'm hearing and what I hear from a lot of people is that at some point in our life, our structures that we've put in place to make life work, our marriage, our church, our political, social, economic structures that we put together.
Family.
Oh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
Family. Things start like unraveling and those things begin not to work anymore.
Right.
And so then we have to go back into a space and reconnect with ourself. Like somewhere along the way, with all these structures we have in place, we've disconnected with self, with each other, with God. Because like you said, I think you used these words earlier that you were really involved in church and you lost your vision of why all of these things you were involved in and why you were doing them. It's like we disconnect from God in the name of some religious structure.
Yes, absolutely.
And so what Waking Up Gray does is helps us come back in connection first with ourselves. We find a safe hiding place. That God is our hiding place. We actually can hide with Him. He knows we need a hiding place.
Yes.
So it's so interesting that some of those things began not to work, and then you found this greater, more spacious place for you to be able to create. And I will say,
Waking Up Gray is a great sacred space where I've always felt very, very at home and able to just express thoughts that I never thought I could express to anyone really, except maybe a counselor. But it's been very refreshing to be able to be totally authentic and honest without the fear of judgment and condemnation and saying, "Oh, well, let me pray for you, so that you won't be this way." It was just okay to be in a difficult space and to embrace that space. That's always been very important to me. I don't like it when somebody says, "Oh, you shouldn't feel that way," because it's just
right. Yeah, and I think what we try to do with Waking Up Gray is create a space where we can hold that space for one another without judgment, but we hold it, we support the process, as opposed to trying to fix or try to edit or the things that we try to do. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. If you would like to join a Waking Up Gray group and you're in Franklin or Nashville area, I will be starting a new group this fall in my home here in Franklin, and there will be one on Tuesday night and Thursday morning. go to my website at flyforward.org and click on the What We Do link. And then under that, there should be a block where you can go to Waking Up Gray groups. Look for there for all of the details. If you're not in the Franklin or Nashville area, I'm going to be putting up something on the website where you can join us remotely through some online channels. So if you're interested in that, go to my webpage and contact me, flyforward.org, under the contact page. Let me know you're out there, where you are, and we would love to have you join us for these great life-changing conversations. Give me a shout out, all right? Thanks so much for watching.
Bye.
Bye.